Hello, my respected audience. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your channel, Linguistics and Research Guideline. First of all, sorry for being late. I hope you'll be fine. And I'm good. Thank you for listening me and for supporting me. Now I have started to respond to your each and every comment publicly. Because that was the complaint against me that I didn't respond to your comments, but this time you will see that I try to respond each and every comment. Well, thank you. Keep listening. I have a new topic for you, linguistics and science. I mean, linguistics can't exist if we quit the idea to discussing this topic. It's very important and very relevant topic, in the field of language and linguistics. So, at the very first hand, I will discuss and define what is linguistics and science. Linguistics, as you know, is the scientific study of language, and linguists are scientists who apply the scientific methods to questions about the nature and function of language. Linguists conduct formal studies of speech sounds, grammatical structure, meaning across all the world's over 6,000 languages. They also investigate the history of and changes within language families and how language is acquired when we are infants. Linguists examine the relationship between written and spoken language, as well as the underlying neural structures that enables us to use language. Side by side, clearly, many of the questions linguists pose overlap with fields in the life sciences, social sciences, and humanities, thus making linguistics a multidisciplinary field. As a multidisciplinary field, linguistics attempts to understand how language is stored in the human mind and brain, and how it's a part of everyday human behavior through its sister fields of neuroscience, philosophy, psychology, anthropology, sociology, and computer science. Books. You can consult these books. In this way, you can better learn this topic, linguistics and science. So, I recommend these two books. First of all, Linguistics and Formal Science by Marcus Tomdime. Number two, Form and Formalism in Linguistics by J. McElveny. So, you can have easily on Google Scholars its PDF version. So, scientific approach to linguistics. Linguistics is a discipline as scientific study of language. So there are some scientific and non-scientific way of doing things. Linguistics scientific approaches are as follows: objectivity, empiricism, rationalism, exhaustiveness, consistency, and economy. Linguists, term linguist. It is important to note that the term linguist may cause some confusions because it is known to be used differently in non-academic domains. Sometimes language experts are referred to as linguists, but those individuals don't necessarily conduct the same kind of scientific research on language as carried out by those with advanced degrees in linguistics. Polyglot. Sorry. Yes, but these individuals don't necessarily conduct the same kind of scientific research on language as carried out by those with advanced degrees in linguistics. Polyglot is the term used for a person who has knowledge of multiple languages. And although it is possible for a person to be both a linguist and a polyglot, it is just possible that a linguist speaks only one language. Yes. Linguistics, the scientific study uh, of language. The word was first used in the middle of the 19th century to emphasize the difference between a newer approach to the study of language that was then developing and the more traditional approaches to philology. Difference. The differences were and are largely matters to attitude, emphasis, and purpose. The philologist is concerned primarily with the historical development of languages, as it's manifest in written text and in the context of the associated literature and culture. Yes. A role of linguist. It is very important to discuss, the role of a linguist. Though the linguist may be interested in written text or in the development of language through time, tends to give priority to spoken languages and to the problems of analyzing them as they operate at a given point in time. There are confusions and dichotomies. What are these? The field of linguistics may be divided in terms of three dichotomies: synchronic versus diachronic, theoretical versus applied, and microlinguistics versus macrolinguistics. A synchronic description of a language describes the language as it is at a given time. And diachronic description is concerned obviously with the historical development of the language and the structural changes that have taken place in it. The goal of theoretical linguistics is the construction of a general theory of the structure of language or of a general theoretical framework of the description of languages. The aim of applied linguistics is the application of the findings and the techniques of the scientific study of language to practical tasks, especially to the elaboration of improved methods of language teaching. The term microlinguistics and macrolinguistics aren't yet well established, and they are in fact used here purely for convenience. The former refers to a narrower and a little to a broader view of the scope of linguistics. According to the microlinguistics view, languages should be analyzed for their own sake and without reference to their social function, to the manner in which they are acquired by children, to the psychological mechanisms that underlie the production and reception of speech, to the literary and the aesthetic or communicative function of language, and so on. In contrast, macrolinguistics, embraces all terminologies, embraces all of these aspects of language. Various areas within macrolinguistics have been given terminological recognition: psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics, anthropological linguistics, dialectology, mathematical and computational linguistics, and stylistics. Macrolinguistics shouldn't be identified with applied linguistics. The application of linguistic method and concept of language teaching may well involve other disciplines in a way that the microlinguistics doesn't. But There is in principle a theoretical aspect of every part of macrolinguistics, no less than to microlinguistics. So, the scientific study of language is called Linguistics by David Crystal 2008. Linguistics is comparatively a new science, or in the form it has taken in the recent years. The science takes to answer the following question. For example, what exactly do we know when we know a language? Number 2, how is this knowledge acquired? Number 3, how is such knowledge used? So, the end. Thank you for listening me patiently. I have a very important announcement for my audience that the next topic is very important topic. Don't miss to listen. Keep waiting and keep listening me. I will come back again. And again, I'm so sorry for being late because I have a lot of work to do in this month. So that's why I was late. But I know I have the sweetest audience on my channel. You will accept my apology. Thank you. Keep listening me. Subscribe my channel, Linguistics and Research Guideline. Thank you. Stay safe and bye.